Continue. Okay. From some questions that I received during the break, we will not implement the registration, but we will suppose that we already have registered the user. We already defined in the database the user with the salt and the salted password. Okay, so there will be no need to implement the registration for the user. Okay. Well, done this part, we have closed our server part. So now we will move to the front end. Today we will do a small exercise with HTML and CSS, but there are practically some basic information that more or less you will need, because then the front end will be implementing the React. Okay, how many of you already know about HTML and CSS? Mostly everyone. So we will be great. You can do the exercise with me this time. You should be like really good at it. Okay. So I expect that you will speak, right? Everyone. Okay. So let's see the exercise. I think that I already pushed it on GitHub, if I'm not wrong. And so you can check the text. Okay. Do you read in the back? Should I zoom? Better? Okay. If you don't see it, you can tell me. Okay, so we have to create the prototype of the user interface of the question and answer website. That is practically the one that we have implemented the APIs for. The website will consist in two web pages: the index HTML that will show a table with the list of all the questions, and for each question show the number, question, no, in its number, the question text, the author email, and date. And a page, answers HTML, that will show all the answers to a selected question. Okay, so this is the page that we will implement today, just this one. So we will have basically a table. We will have first the question of the question, and then a table containing all the answers. The web page will be static, so no interactive features, and all the information will be hard-coded. We will add Bootstrap after, to make it nicer, because basically HTML is a bit ugly. I mean, each browser will add some style to the HTML, but it's pretty ugly, so we will use Bootstrap to make it nicer. Okay, so we can, I have to show you. This is the interface that we will create. So basically we have a navbar here, the text of the question, the author, and the answer in a table. Okay, so are we ready to start this exercise? Okay, so let's call it index HTML. Probably is the wrong name, but it's okay like this. Okay, so what is the first thing that we write in this page? Yeah, the first thing that you write in this page. Yeah, basically we start saying that this is a HTML document. Okay, so we have doctype HTML. Then, what is the next thing to add? Yeah, the HTML tag. Okay, and now? Yeah, now the header. Okay, what we will have here in the header? Sorry? Yeah, all the tags with the meta information. So we can write meta. Yeah. Which is the first information that we want to put. Oh, sorry, I was forgetting here that we should write the language of the content. First information that we want to put here.
Title.
Sorry?
The title.
Title, yeah. That is Hippoveran. And this is wrong, because this is the head, and the header is in the body. Okay, next meta information that we want to put. Oh. We can put the oh, sorry guys, this is not correct here, because here should be like this. Okay, let's remove this from here. So first thing that we can put is the char set. So basically the set of characters that we will use to in the page. So we have char set OTF8. Then we can put like a description, meta. That is type here, not name. Name, description, and the content of the description. Like question and answer. Then another one that we can put is basically like the author of this page. So meta. This is like, okay, yeah, this is not needed. Meta. Author. Content. So yeah, these are some meta information that will be not used, will be not displayed in the page, but sorry guys. Okay, will be not displayed, but were used historically to index the page during the search and so on. Okay, so now that we have the head, so with the information, meta information, we can implement the body. How the body is divided into? Header. Then sorry? Footer dopo. Footer is after. What do we have in the middle of header and footer? What? The table, but we have another semantic tag. Main. Yeah, main. So header, main, and footer. This will not display anything. It is just dividing in semantic parts the pages. Okay. We can start from the footer, that is practically the simplest one. So here in our mockup, we just have like a copyright and the year and web application one. So we can write it in a, sorry, who spoke? No, not necessarily div right now. We just let's just write the backbone right now, and then we'll add all the stuff later. Okay. So we have just to write a text, small text, paragraph. Thank you. So we have P, and do you know how to do the copyright? Not just the symbol. It is practically, hoping I'm not wrong, it is like this. Let's see if it works later, in a moment. And we have to write the year 26 and 1. Let's see. Yeah, nice. I think people don't see it. Now you should see it. Okay. Okay, what do we write in the header? Keep in mind that we have to implement this part here. So how to... not only, if we want to put it in a navbar. Nav. And then we can put the text in an H1. So yeah, we have H1 and the text. So is it equivalent? Yeah. Okay. Let's see what we see. Ugly, really ugly. That's HTML. Okay, so we have implemented our navbar, so we can go next. Okay, we move to the body, right? What should we write here? No, sorry, to the main, not body. All this is body. What do we write here? Paragraph. No. Okay, so here we write like question 1. And then we can put in another paragraph the author. So by, let's see, author. So let's use my name, let's see. Then what we have here, that this one is telling to put it in a header. So which one do we choose? Two, sorry. Yeah, let's put in H2, and then we decide if we want to change it. H2 answers. Okay, nice. First part should be okay. Let's see what we have in the browser. Something. Okay. Great. Let's see now. We have to implement the table, right? How do we implement the table? Table tag. Then we have first two semantic tags, the one that is related to the header and the one that is related to the table data, sorry. So the first one that is
Table row first.
no, should be, yeah, the first one that we have to put is the table row, that is tr, and then here we should put like the th. Okay, so we have the first one is date, text, author, score, and action. Date, the first one, then we have th, text. If I'm wrong, tell me please. And th, author, score. And actions in the final one. Nice. We should see the header right now, right? Let's see. No? Yeah. Okay. Right now we have the header. Okay. Then we can insert our data. Okay. So we have here, we create another row and we put the data with which tag we will use? TD. And we can put like today date, that is 24/03 and 26. Then we can put the TD with text. Let's just put yes, and we will put the author, that is Fulvio, and the score, let's say 10, and the actions. Okay, what do we have as action here? Some buttons? Yeah, some buttons. So we have to define like 3 buttons. So first one, button, that is like vote. Then we have other 2 buttons, here and here. The second one is modify. And then we have delete, right? Let's see what tagging interface we have right now, and it is here. What do you think of this interface? Yeah. Okay, last thing that we should add, sorry, is this input here. Here we insert another row, not here, another row here, and what do we put here? Do you know it? If you want to speak, you can use a high voice. Otherwise, I cannot understand what you said. I mean, guys, we are not here to tell everything right. If you are wrong, I could be also wrong. So, sorry? Yeah, basically it is not a text area, but it is more an input. That's okay. I'm happy if you answer. Then if you are wrong, no problem. So first, TD. And we put we insert the input. And it should be auto closive, yeah, okay. So input, in the first one we have the date, right? So we define the class that is text date. No, first we define that this is an input, and then the type that is text. No, sorry, date, the first one. Then we have other 3 of them that are basically just text right now. Text. Text. Let's see if we are missing, and we can add a button at the end. Oh, another text we have to add, and then a button add. TD input class form control type text. And finally, we add another column with a button. So we write again TD and then a button that will tell add. Okay, so okay, we have the skeleton that we need right now, right? Very ugly, yeah? Okay, so how do we make it a bit nicer in HTML? CSS, yeah, but how much CSS should we write to make it? Okay, here comes in our help Bootstrap. Bootstrap, that is basically a framework that gives a basic style to our HTML code without adding not so much code. Here you can, basically there is the documentation of Bootstrap, and to add it, we have to copy this link here in our head. Okay, so let's go back here and here. So basically this just gives some basic CSS that we can add, and then we can personalize it. Okay, let's go back to starting from the navbar. Here in Bootstrap we can basically find the components, and there are some examples that we can use. Like here we have the navbar that we have in the beginning. This is an example of navbar that we can use, and there is the corresponding code of all these implemented, okay? Or this is basically a more simple one, or this that tells you how to put an image in Bootstrap, image and text. This one tells how to have multiple items in the navbar. Here you can also add a form in the navbar, basically when you implement something like you have to search something and so on. Yeah. So if we want just to have a nicer navbar, what should we write in our code? Yeah, that is basically here navbar. Class navbar. Okay. So let's see if something changed. Not so much. Basic one. If we want to like have a, for example here, this one, we can use this code here, like this is like more as a, this contains also a link. So let's take this one, like here. And we change our name here, if overrun, and delete the previous one. Okay. Oh, sure. Here, sorry. Yeah, there is a small change in color. I can see it. I don't know if you can see it because it is. Yeah, there is a small part of gray. Is quite small, so I don't know if you can see it from the other side. Okay, nice. Then next thing that we can make it better. Yeah, the footer. What we can do with the footer? I don't know if there is, but I had another idea about the footer. Where do you usually find the footer? Yeah, on the button. So how do we put it on the button? Okay, here in this case we have to define a custom CSS, okay? So where do we put it, our custom CSS? Here? Here or here? Before or after the one of Bootstrap? After, why? Okay, no, that's okay. Basically, our custom CSS will override the Bootstrap one. So we are telling to the browser, okay, the first one that you have to read is the Bootstrap one. Then if you have any personalization from our custom CSS, you can use it, okay? So let's first write the CSS file, custom.css. Nice. Then we define the class footer and what we will write it in it. Okay. So we will write like position, not inherit, but absolute, because we want to put it the copyright at the bottom of the page. So we will say that in the absolute page, put it from the bottom equal to 0. So, yeah, okay. And then we will import it here with a link that will refer to to the custom CSS And what type of link is this? So with the rel, that is a style sheet. Nice. And then we have to put it here with class footer. Okay, let's see if it works. And it is not working. Great. And I don't know why. Yeah. Do you know why? Let's see if I have written correctly. Yeah, I wrote it correctly, so
Yeah, it works. Can I see the HTML?
yeah.
On the top, please. On the top of the file.
Here.
Professor, I think because you put index of HTML inside exercise, so it cannot read custom.css. You have to do a slash.
Ah.
So it cannot read the file.
Yeah, nice. Okay. Now another thing that we can modify from here, here. We had here like the question text and the author on the same line, but when we display it here in the browser, we have it one under the other. So how we can make it?
Sorry, what requested?
Basically, here in our draft, we have the question text on the same line of by author.
We need to make a div and put those
Yeah.
paragraphs together.
We have to make a div and then we have to make it.
Flex.
Yeah, but first we have to add it in a row and then put it.
But it is not inside the table.
It is not inside the table, but in Bootstrap you should have like first the container, then the row, and then the row can be divided in column. So, but I think that could work also without defining the row. We can try. Let's try. Here in the HTML, that is here. Here we have these two ones. So we first define a div. And we enclose these two in a div. Here we should define that is as class container fluid, and then here we should define that we have the as class the call. One thing, Bootstrap basically divides the page that you see in 12 columns. So you can define like this text takes only 6 columns, it takes 3 columns, 1 column, and so on. So here, for example, we can define call 6, and also for these. Call 6, and this will move this text starting on the 6th, 7th column, okay? So let's see if it works. Yeah, no. Let's put, oh sorry, that's not interesting stuff for you. If we put a div with the row, or probably I think that I found the, no sorry, not again this. Yeah, no, it needs first the container, then the row, and then you have to specify the column. Okay? Have you understood this stuff? I think not, because I got lost. Have I to repeat it? Or is it clear for everyone? Is it clear? Yes? Mostly? No? Okay, and if we want to move this to this part of the page,
Maybe we can do flow brush.
we can do?
Flow brush.
Yeah, that's one option. Another option, we basically just can say this text, put it at the end. That is used, that is written with text end, if I'm not wrong. Text end. Ah, again. Oh. Okay. Okay. We have made a bit nicer this stuff, we can say, or not. We can move to the table right now. First of all, what should we do?
Make a border.
Made?
Make a border for the page.
Make a border. How do we do it? In this case, what we do is go on Bootstrap and see, hi Bootstrap, which style can you give me to make this nicer? So let's see how we can implement the pages here. We go here up to table. I don't see them, but there should be. Let's search it. Sorry? Content, okay, nice. Here we have this table here, or, oh, do we want to make it very colorful? No. These are like all the kind of table that you can find, and here with colors and so on, but I think that we will go with the simple one. And here basically it's telling us that we have just to put the class table in the tag table that we had. So let's go back in our code, here table. Yeah. So let's see what happened. Oh. At least we have some lines. Okay. I think that the ugliest thing that we have in this interface are the buttons. What do you think? Yeah. And again, we just go here and we search for the buttons. And here there is like a very nice thing that we can make, like we can make colored buttons. So like we can define first a button group. So basically we have like 3 buttons or any number that we need, like this one. And we can just copy and paste the code and then personalize for our case. So here we put it instead of our ugly button. So okay, so here we are telling we have this group of buttons. One will be in red, one will be in yellow, and this one will be in red. Okay, do you know what is area label? Area label, this one.
It's for the accessibility during, for example, when the person that can see the screen, the interface read it.
Okay, so basically these are used when there are the readers of the document for like blind people, and we'll identify these as a group of buttons, and there is all these sort of labels that are used for accessibility stuff. Okay, so let's, yeah.
What's the difference between that and the normal label, because it's called area label?
The normal, I mean, are you asking if there is or not?
No, there is a normal label I know of, but what's the difference between that and area?
Only area?
The area one is read because it's the browser that can use, for example, by the blind person, have search for the area label specific, not the one that you write as a label, normal label. So it's for reference. You can write, for example, the label for what you want to see if there is an element, and then the area label is what the system reads for the person.
Clear? Thank you. Okay, so we had this one that is success. We can like use it for vote, and then this one that is for modify, that is the one in yellow, and then finally the one in red, we can use it for delete. Let's remove our ugly button and let's see what we had here. Nice, a bit nicer. If we want like not having all of them like really close together, we can just use like the single button each every time, not putting them in a group button. Okay, so basically if we remove this one, so here and here, we just have the buttons and not the button group. They should be divided. Yeah. Okay, as you prefer. I mean, one is an alternative to the another. Okay, next step. What do we want to do? I have an idea. Do we want to like use the icons instead of the text for the button here? Yeah. Do you know how to do it? No. Okay, so basically using Bootstrap icons. So here is to use them in React or JavaScript, but in HTML you have to use it like this. Here, copying the reference to the style sheet of the icon. So we go here and we copy it here. Should be after this and before our custom. And let's see, oh, sorry. Okay, now we have to find the icon. We have to find the icon for up, modify, or delete. Okay, for up, what we will have as icon? Yeah, un arrow. Oh, sorry again. Here, we can search for an arrow. Let's see if we have one that goes up. Yeah, this one. You can practically just copy it and put it here inside the button. So basically instead of the text, here we put the icon. Let's see if it works. Nice. Yeah, I mean, we should use like this one. Sorry, I was wrong on the... Oh. Oh, here. And we can put it as first button. Then what we will use for modify? What is a usual icon to modify stuff? A pencil, yeah. That is, oh, sorry, here. Okay. Pencil, we just search for pencil. Which one do you prefer? The first, the second, or the third one? The third? Okay. And again, we put it here. Finally, the delete. Sorry?
Arrow down.
Arrow down for delete?
Because you have arrow up, now you have arrow down.
Yeah, but I mean, if you have arrow up to vote up,
Okay.
the arrow down.
It's the X. The X.
Yeah, the X or?
The trash bin.
Yeah, the trash bin. I like more the trash bin. Here again, we search for the trash bin and should be just trash, okay. Which one? Second one. Okay. Oh, here. Let's see what happened here. Nice. Mostly, let's say. Okay. Here, the add button. What do we want to put in the add button? How do we want to style it? A cross? Which color?
The plus the
Yeah?
color.
Sorry?
A green color.
Yeah, green color. Again. The icon. We are searching. Let's see if we found it by just typing plus. Yeah. This one, do you like it? The one here at the bottom? Is it okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's copy it here and we will have to modify this one. So we will have a green button, so we can copy this one and then modify the icon inside it. And I have lost the icon, didn't I? Okay. Oh, we moved it here, but I think that I put it, yeah, because I'm missing here the TD. TD. Okay. And I think that last thing that we can add to make this a bit nicer is something about the author, like a pill. They are called pill, if I'm not wrong, and you can find it again here, like here, not the toast, the let's see. Oh, yesterday I found it. Today no. Borders. Do we want to put like a border around the text? Let's see if it works. Or what do we want to put it? How do we want to make it nicer? Something around the text of the author. Or like a focus ring. Focus ring. Let's see if there is someone. No. Let's add it, this one. Here, around the text here, we are putting manage. We are moving this to this, and also this part here should be moved here inside it. Let's remove this one. Yeah, we should move the text end on the other part, that is, yeah, I think that we should put it like this here, like putting a div here, div here, div here, and telling this here. Okay. Nicer? I don't know. Okay, guys. I have shown you everything that I needed to show you today. So, do you have any questions? No? No? Okay, so we will see on Monday in room 4A for the laboratory. Okay? See you.